and they race inside the final half furlong, and Famous Dynasty and Holly Doyle are fairly sprinting clear, come from a long way back to win it comfortably. A debut promise, a double for Holly, double for Archie Watson. And they're not going to catch her. Lalania is clear, Holly Doyle, a treble for Holly this afternoon in the sunshine at Lingfield. Easy win for Lalania.
We will start with a word on the all-female race card that's taking place at Southwell on the 8th of March, live on Sky Sports Racing. 4 flat races, floor jumps, all as the kind of wider celebration of what is International Women in Sports Day or week that week. How important do you think these sort of events are, and how much are you looking forward to being involved?
No, events like this are really important, I think, to allow women riders to showcase their talents. It's going to be, you know, a really exciting day and quite unique as well, I think. I don't know if it's ever happened before that they've actually got a mixed card, so there's going to be 4 jump races and 4 flats, so I'm not sure if that's happened before, so that'll be interesting.
And obviously it's going to have all the pantheon of great names in there, all the leading female jockeys, of which you are very much one of them. But as still a very young member of the weighing room, there must be a time when you remember sort of watching the girls that you'll now be riding, well, you still ride with every day, you know, back when you were sort of just learning your trade.
Yeah, and obviously when I was younger, I grew up looking up to the likes of Hayley Turner and Kathy Gannon, and now riding alongside the likes of Hayley and people like that, it is a little bit surreal.
And the conversation around female jockeys, obviously we all remember kind of Rachel Blackmore's comment saying the conversation is over after she rode those 2 big winners at Cheltenham, which was a brilliant quote. Do you think the conversation is over? Is it something that you ever think about?
I don't really think about it, and I think as a jockey, it's, as you know, like Rachel said, it doesn't really factor in my everyday, you know, routine at all. But obviously, from the outside looking in, it's not really over, because it's still getting talked about, which is fair enough, because what we're achieving as female riders is probably unique to the outside crowd. But within the industry, I think it's fairly normal now.
Have you ever found attitudes a problem, or people's perception from the outside, be it the public, owners, trainers?
Not a whole lot really. I think within the industry some people are quite old-fashioned and stuck in their ways, but that's just how they are. We've got to deal with it.
What a year it was last year, 2019, and you've kicked off 2020 with 4 hat-tricks in 8 days. It's continued very much where you left off. Is it something you can appreciate now? You can look back on those achievements and sort of celebrate?
Yeah, obviously I really appreciate how well a season I had last year, and it was amazing and everything, but that's not the end result for me. I'm just looking to press on and achieve more, and I'm never kind of happy or settled with what I'm doing. I always want more, so I'll be looking to the future and bigger and hopefully better things.
Yeah, and that seems to be a trait of a lot of jockeys. It's kind of on to the next. But does it make you happy at the same time? Do you feel that you kind of get satisfaction out of reaching those landmarks as you go along?
Yeah, no, definitely. I get satisfaction out of riding winners, and that's what keeps me going. But I think once you get a taste of success, I personally, all I want is more and more. So I'm, willing to try and push the boundaries that are there to, be overcome.
And everything's, it seems, as a spectator, gone so quickly, certainly in the recent years in terms of the success. Can you remember your very first winner?
Yeah, my first winner was my first ride for Dave Evans as an amateur. I remember I was about 6 stone. I had about 10.5 stone to carry, so God, I could hardly carry my saddle. I think they should just get from A to B, do what you want. I just, I sat there, rode too short, could hardly give it a push or a smack, and he won well, and I was a bit, I think everyone was crying. It was mad.
Class Clown though, battling back, going to be right on the knot. Class Clown's got there. Holly Doyle's done it. She's broken the record.
Do you feel in your career it's been well documented, you obviously with Richard Hannon and then moved to Archie and momentum really started to build. Do you feel yourself there was like a turning point where you felt, right, we're really kicking in now and I'm starting to achieve what I'd always set out to do?
Yeah, definitely. I was a bit of a slow burner at the start of my career, but I think that's done me the world of good, really. I've experienced already the ups and downs, so I really appreciate the good days. A crucial turning point in my career was when I made the move to Richard Hannon's as an apprentice. my riding just started to improve from then onwards, and I was given the opportunities that I needed. But I've always kind of gone by the thought of preparing myself to be ready for when a big opportunity comes along. You know, in racing, you know, things, you don't know what's going to happen from one day to the other. So if a point in my career I get given a massive opportunity, I want to be at my best for when that happens.
Confidence-wise, mentally, how difficult was that a process, or did you always feel that you were kind of strong in that sense from the start?
I suppose being in racing from the day one really has kind of helped me. I suppose obviously it took me a while to get going on, so I've been able to sit back and watch other people's reactions to different situations, which probably helped me. But obviously it isn't easy for anyone. I don't know. I just look forward rather than dwell on things.
I've heard various rumours about you being able to lift quite a significant amount of weight, which is incredible for someone so small.
Yeah, that, you know, obviously the training has been a massive help to my riding. You know, without that, I don't know where I'd be really. But it's something I do because I enjoy it and I do it for me. I don't do it for anything else. I know it's beneficial for me in my career, so I do that.
And talk us through what exactly you do here at Oaksey House, where they've got the gym, obviously brilliant facilities. What would a normal kind of routine for you involve training-wise?
So I usually ride out and then just come straight here, so it's really handy because you've got the PTs, you've got Gavin and Rob. Without them I don't know what I'd do, because I need a good kick up the backside and a bit of encouragement, but once I'm doing it I'm fine. I'm really lucky to be as light as I am, so I've just concentrated on, you know, strength training. There's a lot of other lads that come as well, and they use the exercises to sweat and, you know, lose weight. But I use it to gain weight and muscle mass. 7 and 8.
I heard you jumped up the height of your shoulders on one of those.
Oh yeah, the boxes. Yeah,
that's incredible.
I've always been quite athletic, and when I was younger and in school, I think I did every sport going. I had no interest in learning everything. I was just all sport orientated.
What other sports did you focus on when you were younger?
I did everything. I did rugby, football, netball, hockey, you name it, I did it.
And playing with the boys in rugby, right?
Yeah.
So that must have been quite something.
Yeah, that was good. I had to give up because they all grew and I didn't.
Yeah, sure. But the physicality of it, obviously something you didn't mind.
No, I didn't mind.
No. And probably put you in good stead for the falls.
Yeah, it's probably helped me out, to be fair.
Yeah, and talking of falls, you've had some nasty ones in the past. What have been some of the injuries you've incurred so far in your career? I've broken bones and things like that, but the head injuries were the worst for me. They take a while to get over, and you know, you think you're all right, but you're not. Yeah. And they can have some long-term effects, which aren't easy to deal with, but it's all right now. What sort of have you had a specific head injury in the past?
Yeah, I had a few concussions all in 1 year. I had about 4 or 5 different slaps to the head, which weren't great. So I think just a build-up of all of those did affect me a little bit.
And psychologically, are they quite hard to get over? Do you think about falling if you've had a nasty experience, or are you able to just put that behind you?
I'm kind of able to just put it behind me. I accept it's part of a job, and you've got to get on with it. I've got a lot of respect for the jump lads.
Yeah, but coming off a flat horse at like 30 miles an hour is, what does that feel like?
Not great.
Pretty nasty.
Not good. Yeah, you hit the ground pretty hard at high speed. It's not great.
And the nasty accident we obviously all know about was that fall. Was it Hayde?
Oh yeah, Hayde.
With your teeth were smashed in.
Yeah.
Talk us through what happened there.
Yeah, that wasn't a good day. Well, my horse stumbled and I just bounced me out of the saddle, and I got kicked under the jaw, which made me lose my front teeth, and had quite a lot of dental work, but luckily it's all fixed now. It did take a while.
Yeah, it looks great now. Thanks. And at the time, I imagine that was probably quite hard to deal with, was it, in terms of aesthetically?
Yeah, I mean, obviously loads of lads lose their teeth jump racing, but for me, I'm not really a I don't really care what I look like. I'm not a girly girl, but this really did knock me back a little bit. I'm not sure why, but it did.
Yeah, and it was was it a long process to get back to?
I actually rode, like a week or so after the accident. It was fine, but it just took a while to get my teeth back.
Yeah. What are the biggest challenges in the job for you in being a jockey?
My biggest struggle is the travelling. I think that's probably what every jockey will tell you. It is tedious and it is hard, but it's at the end of the day, it's if you want rides and you want to be successful, you're going to have to do it. So just get on with it.
And lifestyle-wise, I think people probably underestimate how tough that can be when you're really busy and you're going from racecourse to racecourse. I mean, how do you manage that lifestyle? You must some days just be exhausted when you've travelled halfway across the country, getting up to ride out. I mean, it's long, long hours.
Yeah, it is exhausting, I'm not going to lie, but I've been really lucky over the last year or so where I've had a good run of things, so I've kind of been running on adrenaline and I've been buzzed for that, so it's been easier for me.
So what does the future for you? You say you don't set targets, but if you were looking kind of 3-5 years ahead, where would you like to be? Where would you like to see yourself? What experience would you like to have got?
I think obviously I want to ride a group winner now. I've had quite a few listed winners. I've had some rides and some good races last year, so I'm pushing for that group winner. Obviously they're not easy to come across at all. Don't get me wrong, I know that, but it would be great.
Do you feel any added pressure? You've obviously ridden a few good ones now in listed races and stuff. Does it feel different going out, or you just treat it like any other?
No, to begin with, well, when I first started getting the good rides, I used to feel a little bit, listed race or group race, but now I'm kind of used to it and it's no different really.